Clear? So after scandium, then chromium. So chromium is 24. So 24 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2. We can write 4s1, 3d5, or we can write that is argon 18, 4s1, 3d5. Similarly, copper is 29. So 29 means it is argon 18, 4s1, 3d10. So these are exceptional. Why actually exceptional? Because 3d5 and 3d10, 3d5 is half filled and 3d10 is full filled. So both half filled and full filled electronic configuration has greater stability. Okay, both half filled and full filled electronic configuration has greater stability. Why? You see, suppose come to half filled. Suppose first we will check suppose P3. So P3 means how many box? 3. So like this. Clear? Similarly D5 means like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the D5. Okay, so why these half filled electronic configurations are more stable? Okay, so Hund's rule is telling this thing: no pairing of electron takes place unless and until each orbital contains single electron. So first is this half filled or full filled has more stable. First due to what? Symmetrical distribution of electrons. So you see each orbital contains one electron. So this is called symmetrical distribution of electrons. And second one is they have greater exchange energy. Greater exchange means what? You see, we can exchange this electron. This electron will come here, this electron will come here. And always exchange takes place between same spin. So here, how many times exchange possible? 3. So that's why -3. Why minus? So when exchange takes place, the atom or the element it loses energy. So loss means minus E for exchange energy and 3 times. Similarly, for D5 you see how many times exchange possible. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9 and last is 10. So here how many times exchange possible? So here 10 times exchange possible. So that's why half filled and full filled electronic configurations are more stable due to symmetrical distribution of electrons, and second one is due to greater exchange energy. Clear? Yes or no? So that's why after the reading of structure of atom we can easily explain which element or which atom is stable or which atom is less stable. Because you see, starting from Dalton atomic theory, he explained that atom can neither be created nor be destroyed. But later on, atom can be divisible into many subatomic particles. Okay, Rutherford, he could not explain the stability of atom, but now we can explain the stability of the atom clearly. Clear now? Then these are the electronic configuration. Then next we will check the electronic configuration of ions. Okay, electronic configuration of ions. So you see, suppose sodium, atom number 11, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So when we will write Na plus, so plus means it is cation. So cation means loss or gain of electron. Loss of electron. So Na plus means it loses one, and always you will remember the loss or gain of electron always takes place in outermost shell. Okay, so here loss means it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Got the idea? Similarly, suppose fluorine, atomic number 9, so 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. When it is F minus, so it gain one electron. So that's why 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. Clear now? Okay, similarly, suppose if you write scandium, atom number 21. So electronic configuration is argon 18, 4s2, 3d1. So scandium plus. So scandium plus means argon 18. So the loss of electron will take place from 4s or 3d? 4s, outermost shell. So that's why it is 4s1, 3d1. Okay, scandium 2 plus will be argon 18, 4s0, 3d1, like this. Understood? Similarly, another one, suppose you see iron atom number 26. So electronic configuration is argon 18, 4s2, 3d6. So when Fe suppose 2 plus, so Fe 2 plus means argon 18, 4s0, 3d6. Clear? So like this, when loss or gain of electron takes place, always the electron will loss or gain from outermost shell. Clear? So this is a very important part for electronic configuration. Clear now? So this is the electronic configuration of ions. Then next we will check in the last video also we have seen that, sir, how can we calculate the total spin? So total spin equals to, we have read n into half. What is n? N is the number of unpaired electrons. So now you see, suppose nitrogen, atom number 7, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So s, how many box? 1 box. 2s, how many box? 1 box. 2p, how many box? 3, 1, 2, 3. So here we will check, one is plus half, another one minus half. So total spin is 0. Here plus half, minus half, total spin 0. But here, how many unpaired electron? 3, half. So n means 3 into half. So here total spin is 3/2. Clear? Understood? Similarly, suppose you see magnesium. What is the total spin? Magnesium atom number 12. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. So here all are fulfilled. So here total spin is 0. Yes or no? Similarly, suppose D6 electronic configuration. So D6 means you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many unpaired electron? 4. So total 4 into half. So total spin is 2. Clear now? So like this we can calculate what is the total spin from the electronic configuration. Understood? Clear now? Then next concept is, all are fundamental concept. Okay. So the next concept is, that is magnetic behavior. Okay. Magnetic behavior of the element. So from the beginning we have read like this. When the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, yes or no, automatically it produces both electric field and magnetic field. So that's why the magnetic property of any element, it is only due to the motion of the electron around the nucleus, or we can say due to the orbital motion of the electron. So that's why on the basis of magnetic behavior, that means we know, suppose any substance, when it is attracted towards magnet, and substance repelled or not attracted by the magnet. So in our normal, according to structure of atom, magnetic behavior, it is of two types. One is called diamagnetic and another one is called paramagnetic. Okay, so you will remember, one is called diamagnetic and another one is called paramagnetic. Clear? So diamagnetic and paramagnetic. So how can you identify that which one is diamagnetic and which one is paramagnetic? First, diamagnetic means the substance which one is not attracted by the magnet or repelled by the magnet. This is called diamagnetic. But paramagnetic means which one is attracted by the magnet. Clear now? Okay, so again, the magnetic behavior of any element is associated only due to orbital motion of the electron. Diamagnetic, which is not attracted. Paramagnetic, which is attracted by the magnet. Clear? So mathematically, the magnetic behavior, mathematically we remember that is mu b equals to n into n plus 2 root over bm. Mu b is called your magnetic moment. So the magnetic moment equals to n into n plus 2 root over bm. Bm is the unit Bohr magneton. N is the number of unpaired electron. So if n equals to 0, you see, if n equals to 0, if you put, definitely mu b will become 0. If n equals to 0, mu b is 0, it is called a diamagnetic. If n not equals to 0, then mu b also not equals to 0, then it is called a paramagnetic. Got the idea? Okay, so diamagnetic and paramagnetic. Now we will compare between the two elements. You will see. Suppose nitrogen, atomic number 7. We know 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So 2p3 means how many boxes? 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Similarly, neon, atomic number 10. So 10 means 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. So 2p6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear now? So now if you compare, so here number of unpaired electron is 3, but here number of unpaired electron is 0. Clear? So that's why n0 means it is what? Diamagnetic. n3 means it is paramagnetic. What is this mu value? So mu equals to 3 into 3 plus 2. 3 into 3 plus 2 means what? Root over of 15 means 3 point something. 3 point suppose 83 bm. Got the idea? Understood? So this is the meaning of a diamagnetic. That means nitrogen is paramagnetic, but neon is diamagnetic. Okay. Similarly, suppose we know iron is attracted by the magnet. That means 100% iron is paramagnetic. So iron, you see, iron Fe26. So electronic configuration argon 18, 4s2, 3d6. So 3d6 means like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many unpaired electron? So number of unpaired electron is 4. So what will be its mu? So mu or mu b equals to 4 into or plus to root over mu. So equals to root over of 24, which is equals to 4.89 bm. So remember, you see, when n is coming 4 point something, n is coming 3 point something, n is coming 2 point something, n equals to 5, because for d subcell maximum number of unpaired electron equals to 5. So n equals to 5, then mu equals to 5.9 bm. So like this you will see, you can remember reverse part. So when mu given, directly we can predict what is the number of unpaired electron. So that's why we can easily predict which one is diamagnetic and which one is paramagnetic. Clear? Understood? So this is the meaning of your magnetic behavior, diamagnetic, paramagnetic, total spin. Okay. Then last part is that is called what is node or nodal surface. Okay. What is node or nodal surface? So what is the meaning of node? Listen. So according to Schrödinger wave equation, we have read orbital is a three-dimensional space where psi square value is maximum. Clear? But what is node? Node is the three-dimensional space where psi square value is minimum or 0. Understood? So what is node or nodal surface? So it is a three-dimensional space where the probability of finding of electron is 0 or minimum. Then this is called node or nodal surface. Clear? So node, it is of two types. It is of two types. One is called your radial node, okay, or it is also known as spherical node, and second one is your angular node. Radial node or spherical node. Second one is angular node. Okay. So what is the meaning of the radial node? First listen example. Suppose we know 1s orbital. So 1s means it is only one sphere. So inside 1s any other orbital is present? No. But when we take 2s orbital, then inside 2s 1s is present. So this is outside, this is 2s. Okay. So this is 2s orbital. So between 2s and 1s, one actually gap is there where no electron is present. Okay, so when we are taking 2s orbital, that means inside 2s, 1s is also present. And this is the gap, and this gap is called your spherical node or radial node. That means the node which is present between two spheres is known as radial or spherical node. Mathematically, its formula equals to n minus L minus 1. N is the principal quantum number, L is the azimuthal quantum number, and 1. Got the idea? Similarly, you will see. So for 1s, radial node is 0. For 2s, radial node is 1. For 3s, radial node is 2. Like this. So when 3s will come, another 1. Clear? Similarly, you will see. Next we will check angular. Next suppose 2p, 2px or 2py or 2pz. What is the radial node? So inside 2p, any other p is present? No. So radial node equals to 0. But if you use the formula also, we can easily calculate. You see, suppose 2p. What is the n value? N value 2. L value for p, L is always 1. Put the value. So radial node equals to 2 minus 1 equals to 0. So answer is 0. Okay, clear? So this is the meaning. Means you put the formula, you will get the answer. So this is called your radial node. Next, what is the meaning of angular node? So you see, angular node means suppose come to px. This is which axis? X axis, left for this is 2px. So normally we are writing like this, but actually is in 2p. Okay, here one lobe and here another lobe. They are actually not touching each other. So inside this what some gap is there. So inside this gap, you will see inside this gap I can take one paper. You see. That means paper is a plane. Yes or no? So in this plane you see no electron is present. Understood? So this side one lobe, that side another lobe. So between these two, yes or no? Here one plane is there where the probability of finding of electron is 0 or a minimum. So this is called our angular node. That means it is actually plane. So that means for x means 2px orbital. So here you see here yz plane no electron is present. And mathematically angular node equals to formula is L. What is the L value? That is angular node. Got the idea? Understood? So for similarly, if you take for 2py, so 2py which plane is the angular node? Definitely xz is the angular node. Similarly, yes or no? Pz, for pz which one is the angular node? Definitely xy plane is the, yes or no? Here px means it is yz. Okay, it is yz. But for pz xy like this. Clear now? Understood? So this is the radial node and this is the angular node. Next is what is the total node? What is the total node for an orbital? So total node equals to n minus L minus 1 plus L. L cancel. So that is n minus 1. And you know n is the coefficient. So total node is very easy. 1s, what is the total node? Sir 0. N minus 1, 1 minus 1. What is the total node for 2s? Sir 1, 2 minus 1. Understood? So that's why spherical node or radial node n minus L minus 1 angular node, that is L, and total node is n minus 1. So if you add these two, we will get the total. Okay, so this is called node or a nodal surface. So this thing also we can graphically also we can explain. You see, okay, graphically also we can explain. Suppose first one is 1s, 2s, 3s. Now, if I plot the graph like this, psi versus r, because earlier we have read psi value may be positive, may be negative, but psi square value is always positive. So 1s, as we know, 1s is what is the total node 0, 2s has a total node 1, 3s has a total node 2. This is the node. So how can you explain the graph? How can you explain the graph? So here the graph will come like this. Okay, here the graph will come like this. Here the graph will come like this. This is what? Positive and negative. Yes or no? So here you see, here psi versus r. So here, how many times it touches this axis? That means in this place, what is the psi value? 0. So this place is called, this point is called a node. So here how many node? How many times it is what? Touching x-axis. That means 2. So here a node is 2. So here both value will be both positive and negative. But if you plot the graph, that is psi square versus what? R. Then psi square value is always positive. So here the graph same format will come, but here the graph will come like this. Here the graph will come like this. So these are the what? Your node. One node and two node. Clear now? Understood? So this is the meaning of your node or a nodal surface. Clear? Okay, so like this, these are the different concepts of our structure of atom. Clear now? Okay.